called a C-cap. A cap, C-A-P, stands for continuous assembly pattern. You are continuously assembling multiple things together to create a different pattern. So you're cutting this 4-petal anti-spin flower in half, and you're cutting this 0-petal in-spin flower in half, and you're combining them together. So you take half of the 4-petal and half of the 0-petal and combine them to get half of that, anti-spin for half, in-spin for half, anti-spin for half, in-spin, anti-in, anti-in. And then, not surprisingly, each hand is doing the same thing at the same time. So you're taking this 4-petal and dividing it in half, so doing that part, and then this 0-petal and dividing it in half and combining them together to form your continuously assembled pattern. And then this is both hands. So if you're struggling and it's going like this, yours is going wonky like this, at the bottom of the turn, because it's going angled that way, what you want to do is push to the right. And then what'll help get it to the right is if you do more rotation with the wrist at the bottom of the turn. So when it's coming from, when your wrist is coming from 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock, you want to take your fingers, just like when you're doing a pinwheel, you want to take your fingers and direct them. Imagine your index finger is your steering wheel, and you want to steer straight as opposed to diagonal. And what's happening is the diagonal steering is what's making it go diagonal. So you want to steer straight across. Going from here, you want it really at 6. Let's pop it out to the side and hold it there. That's pretty good, but you're up top, so go more horizontal. And then more scoop at the bottom of the turn. To get it straight, you want to scoop to the right at the bottom of the turn so that your plane doesn't do this business. You have to scoop it across the bottom to keep it flat. So scoop to the right, scoop to the right, scoop to the right, scoop to the right. Now, as it's coming across the bottom here, this is where you start moving your hand up to the top position and you pop it up to the top. And then you're going to swing it back down to the bottom. Up. You want to make sure you swing out as far as you can, as opposed to sliding your hand down. Right? It's a big extension. Big extension. Big extension. From the bottom to the side. That motion, you have to start feeling it as it's coming up towards the top. This is when your hand is going to pump out to the side and let it go around. So you pump to the side and immediately up and then back down to the bottom. Pump, then down. You're kind of doing it like this versus, do you see how it's really far out? Versus like this, which is sort of like a wimpy cap. You're looking for, size really does matter in terms of the shape of the flower. If my body were not in the way, so looking at it from this perspective, this is sort of a wimpy cap, where my hand is going to the side position, but my elbow is bent, as opposed to my arm being fully extended. So that's like an extra, I don't know, 6, 8 inches. Pretty sure we all know that matters. And then also you want to be careful not to be up here like this. You want to be here like this, horizontal. And then you want to not be leaning. You want to be standing vertical because you're going to have the other hand doing this. Now go from here to the top and swing down to the bottom. Shoot for your arm punching out so that if you were to have both of your arms out, you would be making a T with your body, right? Okay, and come back down here and reset. And one thing to notice is on the bottom, when you're coming down, sometimes you may only be coming down this far instead of all the way to here. Now, when we put it together, unless you stagger it like this, like a butterfly, you can't really do it at 6 o'clock. But I do think it's better to practice it as if we are going to stagger it rather than doing it like this, because this will just give you the mini cap, whereas if we do it like this, as if we were going from a butterfly to the anti-spin to a butterfly on top, I think you get a cooler effect because you do actually see the 4-petal flower in the middle and you do see the big circle around it.